Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening around the world. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Blackjack. Today, as always, I'll be doing a YouTube deck tech from the comment section for you guys. If you're interested in having me put a deck together for you or help you tweak a current list you're trying to work on, I'm looking for any of the 5 metrics in the comment section. A bracket, a budget, a theme, a commander, and any pet cards you might have. Today, we have a request from the user fefeb, looking for Tom Bombadil, not too many game changers, including one or more of the Praetors that flip into Sagas, with a budget under 1K. So, this is Tom Bombadil. It's all 5 colors for a 4/4. As long as there are 4 more lore counters among Sagas you control, Tom Bombadil has hexproof and indestructible. Whenever the final chapter of an ability of a Saga you control resolves, reveal cards from the top till you hit another Saga, put that onto the battlefield, and put the rest on the bottom. This ability triggers once each turn. So, this is all about Sagas and enchantments. There is 28 creatures. We start with Barbara. So Sagas you control have read ahead, which means you can skip to different chapters. Destiny Spinner makes your Sagas and all your other enchantments uncounterable. Doomwake Giant is a little bit of free roll removal. I usually slip this into every enchantment deck I build just because I love it. And it ends up usually wiping the board over and over for you. Dryad of the Elysian Grove is an enchantment, and it lets you drop extra lands, and it makes all your lands all colors. Eidolon for card draw. Ivor, Wolfkist. When it deals damage, you mill that many cards and put a Saga and land onto the battlefield. Glissa, so you can remove counters from target permanent, which means you can restart Sagas if you want to, or you can just draw cards. Goldberry lets you move counters around. Jin-Jitaxis, whenever you cast a non-creature spell mana value 3 or greater, draw a card, and then you can flip it and start its Sagas. Mesa Enchantress will draw a card every time you land an enchantment. And just to say off the bat, it does say we have 28 creatures, but a lot of these are enchantments as well. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, let's see here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. So 10 of these 28 creatures are enchantments, which means when we do get to the enchantment section, add 10 in your head to that number. Narcy Fablesinger draws cards with enchantments and does stuff with Sagas. Owaka, you can move counters around and draw cards. Sakura Tribuilder, the beginning of the ramp package that we have for most green-based decks. Sanctum Weaver, an enchantment that generates mana. Satyr Enchanter draws cards. Scholar messes with counters. Setessan Champion draws cards for enchantments. Shieldred is another one that flips into Sagas. Sigurd, you can boast it to add counters or remove counters from Sagas. Bahamut is one of your main win conditions. It's one of your big, beefy spells that's going to be able to end games. Knights of the Round is very similar. Primal Odin, card draw. Yojimbo is a little bit of removal. I don't know if that's how you say it. Sithis, card draw. Terra interacts with your enchantments and then also flips to Sagas. Xavier does stuff with permanents. Yuna gives a little bit of recursion for your enchantments, and then Zur, I also fit this into every enchantment deck I can, just because even though you may not be getting a Saga with this, getting any enchantment can lead to a huge amount of value. Sorceries, so for removal we have Blasphemous Act and Damn, 2 of my favorite removals in all the colors. We have Cultivate, Farseek, Kodama's Reach, Nature's Lore, Rampant Growth, 3 visits. So more of the ramp package that we usually play. Dance of the Manse for a huge amount of buyback out of the graveyard. Instance, so one of your main lose conditions in this deck would be getting your enchantments board wiped. Things like Clever Concealment, Dawn's Truth, Desynchronization, Heroic Intervention, Ripples of Potential. These are all meant to protect you. I guess desynchronization you can also use kind of on the offensive if you want to get a big attack in or something. But more often than not, you're utilizing these spells to protect yourself. Desynchronization's more for like combat stuff, but the rest of these are to keep your enchantments around. I did not put any game changers in here, at least as far as I remember. Maybe I did sneak a Smothering Tide. No, I didn't. So feel free to add any game changers you want. I know you said you wanted a budget of 1,000. We came in at half that. So any game changers you want to add, like Smothering Tide, Rhystic Study, obviously, those are good on their own, but in an enchantment deck, they're that much better. Swords as one of the better pieces of removal. Artifacts, the last three pieces of our ramp: Arcane Signet, Felvar Stone, Soul Ring. Enchantments, we have 16, but remember 10 of our creatures are enchantments, so really we have 26, which is about a quarter of our deck. Battle at the Hellevault, Birth of Imperium, Elspeth Conquers Death. I'm not going to read every single saga that we have here, but what I will say is I looked at all of them and I played what I would consider, or I put in the deck what I would consider to be the good ones, the playable ones. If you want, you can ramp this up to, 25 sagas. I don't think it's great because I don't think all the sagas are that good, but the ones we have in here are impactful and worthwhile. So they're good on their own, but they're even better with Tom. Enchantress Presence for card draw, Fable as another saga, Ghostly Prison, Propaganda, and Sphere of Safety, all to protect you and buy you time. Historian's Boon has a little bit of saga synergy. Kiora, Best the Sea God, another saga. Scroll of Isildur, another saga. Sterling Grove to make all of your stuff shroud, at least your enchantments. Horus Heresy, the Kami War, and There and Back Again. So I believe our total saga count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 sagas, which I think is more than enough to make this deck run. The lands is actually the majority, or I would say at least half the budget of this deck. I didn't skimp. This has a lot of fetch lands, a lot of shock lands. This is meant to make your mana base run as smoothly as possible. Your goal is to land Tom Bombadil as soon as you possibly can, and in order to do that, you have to make all 5 mana of every color on turn 5, or turn 4 ideally. World Tree is noteworthy because it can make all your lands tap for all colors. Urza's Saga can be good because I guess it is actually a saga as well, so that also counts. And then you have, what other things are noteworthy in here? Nesting Ground to move permanents around. Monumental Hedge is a little bit of a free roll for you to get sagas from the top. Hall of Heliod's Generosity lets you buy back stuff out of your graveyard. And Cascading Cataracts can also generate all 5 colors of mana. But overall, we came in way, way under budget, and this is very easy to scale up. When you're talking enchantments, things like Sarah's Sanctum, the land that taps for a white for each enchantment you control. There's a bunch of game changers that I already went over. There's a lot of ways you can improve this deck, but I wanted to start it here and kind of let you build from it. I think this is an amazing starting place. I actually consider moving my personal shrine deck to Tom and doing sagas as well. So please let me know how it goes. I'm curious. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, Godspeed.